Back to the phones we go. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Thanks for waiting.
We know today's Veteran Day, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've been talking about it all morning.
I spent a long time in the military, almost 30 years.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, but most of my time was between active and reserve. It was not always active; it was active and reserve.
Okay.
But my experience in the military is totally different from anyone else's. Who called in here? I was a commando, or I didn't know none of that, man. I never saw that stuff. My only stress is what's for lunch. Or what time we're getting off, and how much are we getting paid? And my experience is most people's experience in the military. About 80% of the people in the military never saw a freaking gun.
Yeah.
And I hated going. I used to go to the rifle range, and I hated going because that gun was too loud.
Okay.
And so, in my experience, I work flatline maintenance. And my experience is most people's experience. When I retired, on my retirement letter, it said having served honorably and faithfully. And I get a big fat check every month.
Okay.
And so all these people calling here, they were commandos and they're stressed out. And I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
Or they're stressed out, or they're thinking about committing suicide. I can't even. I saw a lot of stuff when I was in the military, a lot of crazy stuff, but it's mostly committed by airmen who've done stupid stuff. So you could not even imagine some of the stuff they would do.
Did you ever serve during a conflict out of the United States?
I was between 73 to 2013. I never went to Afghanistan. I did everything they asked me to do, everything. And so it says, having served honorably and faithfully. My only stress out was what's for lunch or what time we're getting off.
Well, you must have been honorably
where's those stupid airmen? I say, where's those stupid airmen? What are they up to? I couldn't deal with them because when the Air Force says be at work at 7 o'clock, 7:00, that's not the same thing as 7:01. It's not the same thing.
Right.
And so I couldn't deal with it. And so, eventually, I got where I placed myself in a situation where I didn't have to deal with them.
Okay.
And so, when people say they're going to commit suicide or they're all stressed out, I just can't see it.
Well, but
you know what I mean?
The reality, though, you can't see why they're doing it, or
I think most of that stuff is just baloney.
Okay.
And most of it's just put in people's heads that they're all stressed out or they're going to kill themselves. Or I just don't see that.
Okay. Wasn't your experience?
No, it wasn't my experience. And I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, but most of it was by airmen doing crazy stuff, or some colonel or something doing something crazy.
Gotcha.
I've seen some crazy stuff. I mean, I was in this shop one time. All of our batteries were missing. We had these jail cell batteries. They were very expensive. All of them were missing. Where the heck are all the batteries going to? And so we got to investigate. And one of the airmen was stealing them, taking them downtown, piling them at the pawn shop.
Wow. Okay. Well, we appreciate your feedback on that. Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day.
Well, I know a lot of people did. A lot of people went to combat and they saw a lot of stuff and they experienced. But that was not my experience, and that's not most people's experience. About 80% of the people never saw combat. They never saw anything. And another thing I'll tell you about this. You know that Carrie Lake? Carrie Lake. She's running for governor of Arizona. Mm-hmm. I hear the name. I don't know anything about her. I saw a speech she gave yesterday. She's really a horrible individual. Do you ever watch her speeches?
I think we have a new Mr. Democrat.
Well, if she's talking to the media...
I'm not. Look, thing is, I'm not a Democrat. I'm part of the far right wing conspiracy. But that is a horrible person, and she don't deserve to be governor. You listen to some of her speeches, how she attacks her opponent, calling her a Nazi and all that kind of stuff. I just don't. That's why she's gonna lose. Calling her opponent a Nazi and a communist and a racist and a bigot. For that kind of, I don't. That's not good.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you for the call again. We appreciate it. Let's go to another call this morning. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Well, Big Al, I'm glad to follow him because apparently he's never known veterans that have killed themselves because of what they've seen and stuff, or they're out on the street homeless, you know.
Who is this calling?
Cornelius White.
Oh, okay. My son listens to the show, Cornelius, and he gets the biggest kick when I say, "Who is this?"
I want to set the record straight. Look, I like I said, whatever he's experienced in the Air Force or Air Reserve or Air National Guard for 30 years, and I spent 15 years in the military police corps, and you just don't know. Just like these police officers, it's a high-stress job and stuff. But apparently he didn't have a high-stress job. He sounded like he worked in supply, missing batteries and stuff like that. So he didn't have a stressful job, you know.
Well, losing those batteries could have been stressful.
I didn't really think our Veterans Day show would go in this direction. But,
well, you got it. When you get a guy on there that, and I honor his service and everything, but that what he was saying, that's pretty bad to me.
Well, what do you think? I mean, obviously we had a whole generation of World War II vets who did see combat, and maybe we weren't told about it back then, or we didn't know about things like suicide, but it seemed as though, was there more mental toughness? Or I know that a lot of guys never would talk about what they experienced when they were in the service, so that they just compartmentalize it and just, I don't know. I mean, so something has definitely changed, because right now the suicide rate among people that have served in the military is much higher than it is among the general population. I mean, that's...
Can I say something to Al about that? And then I want to give some information out. What it is, Al, the VA is not listening to those people. They don't care about those people. There was a guy on Coast to Coast last night named Daniel Brinkley. He heads up the Twilight Brigade. He was a Marine during Vietnam and stuff, got hit by lightning. He's had several near-death experiences. And he was talking last night that the VA and stuff, they're supposed to be taking care of the troops and everything, and they really are not. Mm. And there's a bill, House Bill 8701, and he wants people to call their senators and congressmen and get this bill passed. What it is to try to get whole health care for the veterans and stuff, and instead of using pharmaceuticals and everything, CBD, and using chiropractors and stuff, because a lot of that stuff is working better than the traditional stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to thank you for bringing out about the parade. At 10 o'clock this morning, they're going to have a Veterans Day ceremony on Washington Journal, that's C-SPAN, where the Vice President Kamala Harris and the First Lady Jill Biden will be participating. Then they're going to rebroadcast that at 7 o'clock. That's on Optimum Cable, Channel 74, but you can get it on Dish and Direct TV. Mm-hmm. Then also, Monday, they're going to have a new movie out about the Korean War called Devotion. And I hope people will watch that true story about Navy pilots trying to stop the North Korean advance and stuff. It looked like an awesome movie from what I've seen on the ads and stuff.
Gotcha.
And vets, if you need help, go to vetsaid.org. They're putting together a benefit concert to try to help the vet. And Monday, we're going to have a big veteran thing. Mr. Eli, he tries to help vets get their due and stuff from the VA. And it's a meeting at the Broadway at the Martin Luther King Library, and it'll start from 5 o'clock until. So I hope our vet, and I hope you get the vet that won against Gerber Baby Porter, because he needs to get on there. And poor Gerber Baby Porter, two
Mr. Johnson.
Gerber Baby Porter. Yeah, Gary Johnson and Gary Roosevelt Johnson. So it's two Johnsons versus Johnson. So it'd be good to get both of them on. and hear what's going on. But Al, I wanted to thank you. You love vets. That thing Mike Johnson had last night was great. I was so glad to see Super Dave. And a few people said, I hear you on the radio on 9-7. You're that Cornelius White. I said, yes, I am the one.
The one and only.
God bless you, fellas. Put out your flag. Y'all have a happy and blessed veteran. Oh, too, Al, tell them about at LCU President Brewer, they're going to feed breakfast over there at the athletic center, and then they're going to have a noon meal somewhere else.
Okay.
So there's a parade at 10, and I think different places around in Ellick are giving free meals to the vets.
I know IHOP is, and I think Wendy's has.
IHOP, okay. Wendy's, okay. But like I said, I that guy was in supply, so he never did see anything or do anything. I was a military police officer. I almost went to war twice. And you know, police officers are in different situations and stuff, and they're committing suicide. Right. So you can imagine a military police officer and stuff. But like I said, he had a different experience, but he I don't know, he just doesn't understand. But God bless you, gentlemen, and have a happy and blessed day.
Same to you, Cornelius.
Thanks, Cornelius. Appreciate it. We need to take a break. Boy. Well, we do salute all our veterans in our audience today. Thank you for your service. Cornelius asked for it. I think I have a medley here. Let's see if we can get it played in. And thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great Friday. We'll talk with you again Monday here on Talkback. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Why is it not playing? There we go.
Trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, cows are marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high in the field artillery, count out the numbers of a strong keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States
AM 97, FM 104.9.